Alright, tonight Carla and friends and family, I'm making a spinach gratin. That's a fancy way of saying spinach and cheese casserole, basically. Basically it's just spinach and some Italian cheese and a few other ingredients. Makes a great side dish. It's something I love spinach. Joseph will not eat this because he's not a spinach person, but that just means there's more for me. And I'm going to show you how to make this. It's very simple, not complicated, very, very tasty. And here's how we're going to do it. Alright, getting started with the spinach gratin. The ingredients we're going to need obviously are spinach. I'm using 3 12-ounce bags of spinach. The original recipe called for 5 boxes of 10-ounce spinach. I'm cutting this down a little bit because that's a bit more than I'm going to eat at a time. So I'm just cutting this recipe down a little bit. So I've got 3 bags of frozen chopped spinach. They are thawed out now because you want them thawed, and you'll understand why in a few minutes. We need cheese. I'm going to use a 6-cheese Italian blend because that's what I could find. The ultimate cheese to use with this would be like a good Gruyere cheese. But the grocery store I shop at is kind of a little country hick grocery store, and Gruyere is not part of their vocabulary. So I'm going with the 6-cheese Italian. It's a nice mild cheese. I don't want a really strong cheese to overpower the flavor of the spinach. Also calls for milk. I'm going to use half and half because I'm feeling a little special tonight. So I'm using half and half. You can use regular milk. You need a few tablespoons of all-purpose flour. We're going to need unsalted butter. A little salt, kosher salt. A little bit of pepper. 1 clove of garlic. I've got my casserole dish, same one that I did the scalloped potatoes in, and it's been sprayed down with some, basically some nonstick spray for that. And my measuring cups, measuring spoon for the flour, and I've already got the oven preheating at 400 so that I can go in the oven and bake when it's ready. It's already set to go. I don't have to wait for it to warm up. And you're going to need a pot on the stove. I've already got butter in here starting to melt, but you're going to need a saucepan to start making your mixture. So with that done, we're going to get started with prepping the spinach. Alright, the first step while the butter is melting over there is with the spinach, we need to get as much water out of the spinach as we possibly can. You want the spinach to be dry. Otherwise your spinach gratin is going to be really soupy and watery, and yeah, we just don't want that. So what I'm going to do is it's still partially frozen, but to give you an idea here, there's several ways you can do this. You could put it in a tea towel and squeeze the crap out of it and wring it out and get all the water out, but I'm afraid that would stain my tea towel's permanent shade of green, and then I'd have a lot of explaining to do to other people. But basically I'm just going to put this in here, and I'm using a ladle and a little colander thing, and just press down on it, squeeze the water out as much as possible into a bowl. And I'm going to keep doing that until I get all my spinach done, and then my dried spinach is going to go into another bowl ready to prep. So I'm going to do that, and then we'll come right back. Alright, got the butter over a medium heat. Now I'm going to add 1 clove of garlic that we're going to mince into the butter. Pauline's going to supervise. Aren't you, Pauline? Aren't you, pretty girl? Yeah. Okay. Much of that in there. It's just 1 clove of garlic, so it's not overkill. There you go. Stir that around for a bit. Get the flavor into the butter. Already smells good. I know, Carla, I talked to you about on the phone about this little pan, but I didn't really talk about it on the video. This was my dad's little single frying pan for a single egg or a single omelet that he used to cook for Mom. And when Dad passed away, Mom gave this to me. So I keep it here on the stove because I think it's just the coolest little thing. I don't know where they got it from, but it's perfect for a single egg or a single omelet. So I'm holding on to that. Alright, that is bubbling nicely, so now I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour. I'm going to use my fingers and kind of get this going here. There we go. Got flour everywhere, so I'm right on par for my cooking skills. Stir this around for a minute or so. Basically cook the flour. It's almost like making a roux. If you've ever done like a roux or gumbo or something like that. Try and get all the lumps out. There's nothing worse than a lumpy spinach gratin. Get it nice and smooth. Like that. Okay. Now to that, I'm going to add the half and half. So there's 1 cup. I need another 1.5 cups. Stir it around. Need a couple of teaspoons of kosher salt. So while that's cooking around, we don't want that to boil or burn. We don't want scalded half and half. A little salt in there. That's probably good. While I'm doing this, probably need to explain my love of spinach to you, Carla. I have loved spinach since I was a very small child, and I think part of that might be because when I was a child I used to watch Popeye, the cartoon, on TV. And I was always amazed that whenever Popeye needed some energy or something like that, he would open up a can of spinach and eat the spinach, and suddenly he would develop muscles, and I thought that was really cool, so I decided spinach would be a good thing to eat because that would give me muscles. Well, I've been eating spinach my whole life. I'm 54 years old. Eating spinach, I still don't have muscles. So I think this is false advertising on someone's part, and somebody in Hollywood owes me an apology for this. But I'm still eating my spinach because it's good for you. Joseph will not eat this. Joseph is not a spinach person, like at all. So this is going to be a Mark dish, not a Joseph dish. So we got that going. Still kind of ticked off about the spinach and mussels thing, but oh well. Alright. Now we want to bring this, get it a little bit bubbly. Probably turn the heat up a little bit to accomplish that. While that's coming up in heat, I'm going to go ahead and open up my cheese. Cheese in here. It's kind of similar to what we did with the, oh yeah, Pauline heard cheese. Didn't you, girl? You heard cheese. With the scalloped potatoes, getting the cheese to melt and all that. Turn that down a little bit now. You're disappointed I didn't drop any cheese on the floor this time. Sorry, Pauline. But you have to keep stirring it at this point because you do not want this to scorch or burn or come to a boil, really. There's some more cheese in here. Again, this is a mild blend of cheese. Mild Italian blend. That's probably good right there. It's definitely going to thicken it up. It's already thickening up. You can see it. Okay. Cheese is getting all nice and melty and thick there. Alright, this is where we are now going to add, just around a little bit more. Oh, she's back. You're looking for cheese, aren't you? Looking for cheese, aren't you, Pauline? Looking for cheese. Where's the cheese? I'm going to turn that down. Alright, here's where we're going to add the spinach to this and get it all mixed up. Nice and thick. Was that a burp? My dog has no shame. Alright. Just going in here. Probably need to add a little bit more milk to this because I shorted us out on the milk a little bit. Let me add a little bit more cream to this. Although, I don't know. Probably turn that off. This might turn out pretty well, actually. It's gonna be a very cheesy dish. All the recipes I've seen, people put onions in this, and I have never had onions in my spinach. I like spinach with my spinach. If you want to put onions in it, go right ahead, but I'm just not feeling the onion thing. Fingers. All right. See how nice and thick this is getting with that cheese, and oh, that smells good. And again, this is why you want to get as much water out of your spinach as possible so it doesn't get soupy. You want it to be nice and thick. Get the rest of this in here. Then it's going to go into the casserole dish. Like that. There we go. Pardon my green fingers. Alright. So get this all blended in really well. Oh, that was cute. Yeah, I'll be cleaning the stovetop tonight, obviously. There we go. Alright, so, that being done, put this right here. This is going to go into the casserole. It's going to go into the oven. 400-degree oven, and then Mark's going to clean his stove while it's baking. Alright, like that. Put that there on my granite piece right there. Move that around. Alright, now before we put that in the oven, we're going to sprinkle more cheese on top. Like that. So we're going to take this, it's going to go into a 400-degree oven for about 20-30 minutes until it's nice and bubbly and the cheese is melty, and then it's going to be ready to eat. Alright, about 30 minutes have passed. It is just out of the oven. It is hot, it is bubbly, it smells wonderful. And I'm going to scoop some of this into my bowl here. It's really, really hot. I'm going to let that cool down for a moment, but there we go. Spinach gratin with Italian cheese, hot out of the oven. Makes a perfect side dish for any fancy meal or any regular meal you want to have. So, pretty easy to do, and I hope you like this one, Carla. Hope everyone in your family likes spinach, since I'm the only one in my family in this household that likes spinach, other than Pauline. Hey, Pauline. So, hope you like this, and we'll see you next time.